Popped on ISO and the control taken, but it's this middle battle for Serial. Looking to find that opening pick. The flash is good, and the pick goes to Heretics.
That's the exact start that they were looking for. Panatech quick to respond though. Putting things back into an even scenario. The retakes maybe not being the best for Liquid, but the fact is, already a man to the good. They're in a good position here, and Camo strikes, leaving just one standing, but that one is Miniboo. He's been having an insane tournament, even spots out the last man, but that last man is Nat. Maybe one of the few that could match him, but with an open plant, he will reposition back towards middle.
He goes for the full wraparound. He might not have time. Already put under pressure by that clock. The tap from Nats has to confirm that it's not being diffused. There it is!
I don't know. I think there's still opportunities on that next one, but I do see what you mean. This is where we truly have those expectations. And while that 1-2 punch, we've seen... Worst case, you go down to the spike, stop some of those high-impact ultimates from coming online, and well, Benji's going to be the one hunting down the kills. Maybe not the person I'd be expecting to go forward with the Marshall, but at this stage it was all about getting out of there, and the remaining two will just go down to that spike.
Yes, with the punchy comp showing its face towards C, we've seen rotations, but that's because of this position from Camo. He's up in short, and although Woot's been dropped, the push is coming towards Camo. He'll have to do well to grab the information and get out, and look at that. Doesn't overstay his welcome, spots a few and backs off, ready for the fight with his teammates.
This gives that extra little bit of support. Here. The backup, ready in position. Paranoia even there to slow them down, and the second Paranoia has actually been dodged. I think Camo pulled a pistol out. That's a bit of a blip. In fact, a massive blip with one coming up. Panattack might just be there to save the day though. Benji so low on HP, but he still wins the fight, and Boo comes up with another, leaving only Serial remaining. He had so many fantastic clutches in the match yesterday and already kicks this one off with a bang, leaving him facing off against Benji on the other side. 21 HP, but the time on his side.
Slowly ticking away, a patient player. Like you said, that one bullet needed to take him down. Serial has to make the right call though. Spotting out that angle, and he's seen him now, but Benji's hot. No doubt, those are two things that Heretics will be looking to remedy coming into today. The elbow shown, and Outlaw more than enough to take you down.
Yeah, I think to touch on what you were saying about Nats, I think we're seeing him in some of the best form in a while. Like, I think the switch up to IGL did take a little bit of toll, but I think you can see that the comfort's now there, just in terms of him not only being a leader, but then also being able to be one of the best, if not the best anchor we have in the entirety of the league right now. He has had some absurd performances. This round would probably have to be the best of them. The full force of Team Heretics. Only a pistol, and his teammates not particularly close.
No, and they're clearing him too. They know all of his little tricks. They know you got to clear those corners.
I don't think they know all of his little tricks.
No.
That's a bold claim.
They know the ones that he showed last time. They won't be falling for them again. A 4-0 start seems destined now for Team Heretics. Team Liquid sending up that early play by Patatek, but Benji is watching it like a hawk, even had backup.
We've got a great idea. We're going to take that and 13-5 you with it. Like, do you know how absurd that is to be able to do, to improve on what already seemed to be the whole setup gone?
It is. Both sensors have been tripped. A site's been taken. Response, though, from Patatek. He's going to force the fight. Camo's the one to win it. Caught, though, by the ultimate on the other side. Woots pulled him into a battle, but one that he will not win. Camo's got another. From watching for that walk through B to spawn this whole round, essentially. Now playing for the retake. The Paranoia already in. Reveal is good. Camo still manages to win the fight. Through the cage, he's dropped Rienz. And a 4v2 that they're now left in. Panatek isolated in the spawn, but the spike being defused, they've got to get a move on, and right into the waiting arms of Serial and Kiko as the defuse comes full.
That failed. It definitely became a lot tougher for Heretics. They're not shying away though, and neither is Camo. Tries to go for that early fight, but it is over.
Up against, they see these players on site, but they're not deterred. Ultimate pop by Serial, he's going to be suppressed. Can't get that ult popped, and Benji's in with a double. The A site is theirs. Great reaction by Woot, completely denying the what seemed to be safe play for Team Liquid and leaving them with a disadvantage on the retake.
No impact from that annihilation. If it connects, that could have been a true difference maker, and Nat's trying to peek into the double pick. I don't even think he saw anything before his head was ripped clean off. Nice shot from Kiko. Actually hits the dink onto Riads as well. Still is
Serial when the ultimate is popped. That's got to be frustrating. It would have been a free pick. Otherwise, Camo, he's up very close indeed. Blocked in the smoke by Boo.
considerably unfavored on. If they dominate the first, sometimes they'll just run it down on the series. Really nice net coming through from Serial, but it will only be good for the one.
Last player standing.
While Boot just cleaning up house only. Damage isn't that high. He's already got his ultimate. So for Nats in this scenario, just
activated as well. It's a good sign for Heretics.
Incredibly passive, knowing that they have the availability of this ult in the retake, as they now look to try and get space off it, and Camo is there once again.
Emerges from the old victorious Mini Boo. Good flash as well. Stops that left side peak, as does the suppress going through. They've picked up the advantage back in their favor. They've got their back secured, and Numbers looking down on mid. It's going to be difficult to get that defuse. Tapped already by Team Liquid just to get the utility out, but there's more on its way. A reveal in the smoke, and now is set up alongside Nats on B. It's going to be a mid crunch. Already seeing that contact outside of B. Nats with the double. The response clear, resounding for Heretics. They put some players in the dirt. The rifle recovered, and instant death for Serial as he touches it. Another three-piece for Benji. All from last time. He avoids the fight with Camo. Keeps the information, rotates around. A side already taken, but Nats has managed to find himself an angle around that smoke. A double pickup already. The spam almost takes Boo, and Serial finishes him off. Another hero play needed. Mini Boo on the site, damn close to it. A three-piece that leaves the 1v1. The ult doesn't land, and Benji has the ball. The shot connected.
One of the best players within the whole region, if not the best. He's currently in the backpack. 3 and 4, hasn't had much to do. He'll set up a dart or two, and now Boo joins the party.
Slotted himself in.
Those people were wrong.
Yes, without a doubt. Ain't nobody thinking they were right. Boo with another, man, of 5v2. This round is looking signed, sealed, and delivered into Team Heretics. Double digits, almost without a doubt on the board. A big clutch needed, and there's just nothing going their way. You call out Rienz.
It's already looking like a very different story, even if by some miracle Liquid managed to turn this map. They've already got more rounds than they did in the first two, and well, Woot's already got that opening pick onto Nats. The wraparound is solid though, really good adaptation from Liquid.
That's what we needed to see. Okay, a 4 versus 3, another pickup as well with Kiko closing up that back, making it through the window and leaving Benji with a very impressive clutch.
Heretics in this sort of form have been a different beast to play against. Mini Boo's going to be under some serious pressure and will be dealt a death blow, but already look at the response. The defense looking to wrap round from behind. It's going to come down. Manages to deal so much damage on towards Nats. Will get away with destroying his sneaky little bit of util, and who would have guessed him on the block, and he's still in his early 20s. Mini Boot under pressure, but you'll never believe it. A clean shot onto Camo. And this is a buy, just so you know. Liquid have invested into this round. They've got the stingers. Maybe trying to take a leaf out of BBL's book, but already a man down.
Who's on his way up here? He's going to see that trap and try to make a pass. There's a judge in front of Nats. It's a tough fight for Nats, but one that he wins. Boo on the other side, though, has dropped that A defender. Now opening up a little avenue for himself, but he's flanked out by Nats again. A second pick for the Cypher. Serial takes inspiration. Doubles up on that fight and leaves Benji alone. Another clutch needed for Benji Fishy. I believe it would be another 3K as well. Time ticking, and the force buy of Team Liquid seems to have found success. Kiko's already been rooted. Great bait by Benji! Time!
Liquid will be able to come in with a purchase, and on the other side, sure, there's still a few pieces. That Outlaw definitely dangerous here, and just like the last round, Camo is dead within seconds.
Opening pick, one of the 2 weapons in play for Heretics. That Bulldog recovered by the 3-piece. The economic damage done keeps some of Heretics modest. They've seen Benji, but now he's being spotted in the corner. It's a fight against Nats when the cage falls. Never mind! He's taking him down! I know he's close. The ult is going to be popped by Serial as well, and he's caught him. That's one player down. Oh, but they've not caught Woot! He walked straight through the smoke that was thrown out just before that sees, gives them a real chance with Patatek all alone on the backside, and he's spotted out by Miniboo! A 3-piece for him! Another big individual round for Team Heretics. They are looking by far to be the better team.
But they would need a streak even better than what they managed versus BBL. And while let's be real, this Heretics squad have been a different beast. Nats trying to slip the net, but no sneaky play to be had, and instead they're walking into the Lion's Den. They may know where that Lion is, but dealing with him has been a different story. A quick double already for Benji. And while Patatek has been able to survive, but they could not deal with the beast at the back of C.
Yoru and the Jet push down on mid. A late play coming out from Kiko. Might be too late to catch them. No, it's gone down.
Already 3 coming up for the attack. Very clean start to this take, ready for the flank to come in behind them, but Boo is still lurking, still waiting around. Value, those post plants can be filthy. And while at this stage for Rians, it's all about just finding some extra orbs, getting a few extra credits while you do it, and maybe even earning some style points. You really just don't want to be walking into this guy's crosshair. I think he has some of the highest headshot for BBL. They got completely countered. They're going to the next map. It's like it never happened. I think it came up with Camo getting aces throughout that map, so.
Bold play. A bold play indeed. On that attacking side. Riens, Sheriff in hand. A 4-piece here would traumatize the Team Liquid side. He's only good for 1. Boo up top. They're already spamming it. Now they've seen him. Now they know he shouldn't be getting anything done. Spike's coming for him, and he will go down to it. Only 2 players drop.
But it does mean these bonus rounds are a lot weaker than other teams.
Here.
Maybe not.
Happier to play for the long game normally, but the opening pick looks very good indeed. One of the rifles, the main one, the Vandal, finding exactly what it needs. The shot landing for Camo again. The third, not quite there, but Serial picks it up anyways, and what should have been a relatively convincing round, one that Liquid don't usually have a lot to say in, one that Liquid come in with a massive disadvantage in terms of weaponry. This is looking like somewhere they'll find a lot of success. Benji, he's being flanked up on, but it's all about timing for Patatek. He can play this super slow, use the salvos to try to lock in the round, and that might be the best play. Playing the numbers, playing the time, but now he's got it! Oh, it's perfect!
Moving into players waiting for you. He found the important kill of the round, and while Nat's now buying up the sniper on the other side,
I know exactly
his aim was compared to Benji in the last map. As said, we'll see if that's something that they live to regret.
Nice shot by Patatek. A second on the follow-up, and the A side is
Against this comp.
That's exactly what I was going to say, right? It was a 13-4 map.
One enemy remaining.
BBL with very little to say when it came to Ascent when these two teams faced it.
Well, yeah, and a 12-0 defensive half. Let's
I got to see that cosplay, Tom.
yeah, I think I also have the head for Hitman, but that's not the point. Operator in play. Woot ready to go, but he's just been wrecked. That was a drive-by by
Isolation. Hunter's Fury sent through as well. Defenders trying to slow down this push, but Liquid still get the space. They take down Miniboo. They catch Boo coming out of the smoke. Serial with another. And now this round seemingly long.
play versus BBL. It's not even remotely possible anymore.
Nice shot by Miniboo. Road to recovery, perhaps. A second. 4 players on A, and Liquid are walking into it.
Yeah, Miniboo was sort of the ruse. He was just meant to hold the line a little bit for the rest of the team, and while Nats has tried to be cheeky and been met with a paranoia, they haven't baited out the one thing that is on the other side, and that's the utility, alongside a little... As of right now, I was going to say doesn't have a way out, but he's waiting for the drone, and will... wait, will be forced out? No, he didn't take the TP.
An audacious play. Overstays his welcome. 2 players on site. They haven't been spotted. Never mind. Boo's dealt with. They don't expect the second. Riens gets the jump on the first, but he's dealt with quickly by the flood of attacking. Small mistake, but a big cost to be paid. Now, they expected it last time. Do they expect it again? Riens through the cage, has got a double. Nats is staring down that corner. He knows, but he can't deal with Miniboo.
With already the net catching onto one. Who's got to be careful, but he wins the fight.
A bit more passive with the operator this time.
Revealing area.
Gets his reward for his trouble. A lot of space taken, but it's aware on Team Heretics. They were watching it the whole time. Woot picking off Kiko. Miniboo wrapping around as they're worried about the op. Misses his shot, and that's okay. Back out of that position, uses util to reclaim some space, and now Woot goes walkabouts, goes looking for the pick, but it's Serial to find it in response. Another for Serial as he's stepping up, but needs an ace to close this round out, suspecting another player on site will give him an opportunity. For now, it's passive play from Team Heretics. Oh, never mind. He's isolated one. He's through the door for another. And now, just one away from the ace.
He has Annihilation online as well. He has the sensors available. Every single piece of the kit is available. Well, Serial on bench, he can't really do anything without giving his position away. He's hoping to maybe try and catch him out. But I like this reposition from Serial, realizing that he's going to expect the... Oh, no! The spawn, they found a gap that's not really being battled for. And it leaves a couple to try and hold this alone. Riens, with a little bit of help, has managed to find two, in fact, with the Hunter's Fury. And well, after getting that round up,
regardless of the map.
I think that's the talking point. It's like, if they come into this map and come out with a 6-6, absolutely fine. But it's the manner in which it's happening. They're starting to get slammed. Quick push in, nice work from Serial again. It doesn't seem like he's let that moment get to him whatsoever, having a fantastic individual game. And already Miniboo is going to put things back in their favor. Serial and Nats, the double. Senti need to hold the line, and Nats looking to try and wrap round from behind. It seems, though, that Miniboo is well aware, even expected him to be in this corner. And now for the remaining two, they could try and bait him in. The problem is, this is not planted in a position that Nats could really do anything about, and Miniboo even... They're going to try and go for it again. I like it. Maybe trying to catch them off guard a little bit with the aggression. Boo, though, it's the same result. Spam through the smoke. He does still get caught by the net, but a completely different position. It's being spammed by Paditech, and Riens has gone down. Woot is going to only be able to find one, and now his position's about to be revealed, and while he's pulling out the pin, he will lose his life.
This one out. The information sure will come through, and the ult will be popped. Opportunity to use it as well. He's looking in the right direction. Oh, but he's caught with it in hand again! And now, Nats goes down! Paditech desperately looking to put salvos into play, but it's already going to be halved. They've got time on their side if they can force this peak, and it will be forced soon. Miniboo, the bodyguard, the man he has to get through, and Paditech does it!
It may end up being their undoing. Right now, it's been a very aggressive defensive side. We talked about how difficult it can be to walk into these sort of defensive crossfires. Well, so far, I don't think they've really been challenged to do so. A lot of it has been Liquid trying to get up in their face, pressure them, and that's exactly what they're doing now. In this sort of round, it's kind of expected with the weaknesses, the vulnerabilities, and Riens. He's eco-farming again.
If Riens was a little bit further forward, if he doesn't react as quickly as he does to that paranoia, this round was in a lot of trouble. The pressure put on B, so many players rotated in there for Team Liquid, and those pistols coming around would have been upgraded quite quickly indeed, but nothing.
Map number one, kind of along for the ride, but on this map, Liquid's choice, one where they were definitely favored. Well, Camo's at least going to kick things off, but the response, even while into a smoke,
this has been an impressive display from this attacking side. A big push by Miniboo. But Kiko manages to slip out of his grasp. That's not quite so lucky as Woot takes him down, and the quick trade as Miniboo eventually finishes off his dinner. A 2 versus 2 we're left in. A plant needed by Heretics. Hunter's Fury from Riens already used, but to be honest, him being alive is enough for me to believe. Nice shot.
Surprised we don't see. Okay, Annihilation used a little bit later. He's almost using it just to try and target players, and he has caught one, and will get the second as well. It's finally worked out for Serial. That ult has felt like his undoing the entirety of this map thus far. But at the beginning, because of how things were going.
Well, that's Wood hitting his 1,000 kill mark as the DRX attempt. Big push coming through from Team Liquid. Benji's waiting for it. He's already caught 2 on the main push. Is he ready for Camo? He will be if the ult gives him info in time. There is the info. But Camo's moved quickly. Still, enough of a distraction caused on that side that now A is not quite wide open. In fact, the ult is going to stop the further aggression. It's going to cause problems for the player now stuck on site. Never mind. Wood is quick on the trigger, leaving Camo to do it all. He's already picked.
It's not going to give him anything. A peek here would be an unnecessary risk that you just don't expect to see from players of their caliber. And you could
Unbelievable display, digging deep in a moment in a map where they need it more than ever. Team Liquid struggling, and Nats traded out quickly. I thought that could have been a change of pace. Pressure put on A, big play up on B, but instead this push comes into empty space as Team Heretics gear up for this A take that is right now for free.
Oh, it's Woot's going back. He's just decided, you know what?
Players on site spreading themselves thin against these pistols. But it seems like Team Liquid, they won't be going for this. They'll be containing. They'll be looking to cause damage. Keep that economy modest, and for some players, it is getting a little out of hand. One maybe? No, nothing for Serial on the wall.
Avail. Well, it's a change of pace altogether from this attack side. Nats, he's been overwhelmed in a lot of scenarios. Well, he's overwhelmed again. Woo continuing the form of the last round. 4 in that one. 2 far more high impact ones in this.
Now that off, time to jump. Good in the early round, good when posted up. It has to fight back into the space. It's gonna clear all these angles. The trade's not easy to find, but they've caught Benji unaware. The spam off the reveal, not quite working out, but Minibu drops Camo. That's the op on the ground. Unlikely to be recovered as they seek to battle it out with the rock.
This time, a spot in the final awaits, a battle for a trophy, something Heretics have been looking for a long time, but they've still got a way to go just yet. Kiko stepping up alongside Camo. They might be
discipline on display.
There's no need to get aggressive. You have so much utility, you have the net available.
They come.
You can even go in with the extra sensor if you need.
Possible to ask, can they get 2 in a row on the defense? But Team Liquid have had that problem, and it's a great predictive play from Rians. After the first tag, Kiko is hunted down.
They've used that dimensional drift in tandem to give that opener, removing one player from action, but the trip in a sneaky spot has managed to even things up. Camo even looking to go back in, reclaim space, get into position once more, turning things back into an advantageous position alongside Panatek, leaving just the few angles that are left, but you'd hope that this one wouldn't go unchecked. Minibu in a bit of a sneaky spot. They've all got past it. 2 already go his way. It's a mistake from Liquid that might just be the end of the map. Camo trying
for them on that A site. Players just outside. Now they've got a good idea where the hit's coming through. Minibu not deterred by that util. The suppression nor the decay will keep him back. He grabs an opening.
already passed the nano swarms. I don't think they expected them to be that deep into the site already. It was a quasi-flood position from the defense, hoping to get in a little bit early. Instead, they've taken a hefty amount of damage, and on the other side, Minibu is as fine and dandy as ever. Woot is going to add another to the death toll. This is looking rough for Liquid in the pistol, and they've got to try and get past Minibu and the full force of this defense at this stage. The wraparound, okay, it's not pretty, but there's only one man left standing. Serial to do it all, at least with a couple, but the remaining two, they're just playing post.
Yeah, and there's no need to overextend at this point. Serial already low, time on their side. The defuse out in the open. An easy connect as Benji already sees it's not being stuck. Now the time more so in their favor.
And allows Patty to play the agent that sort of, I want to say not made him famous, but got him back to the position we know he could be when playing.
Yeah, he absolutely has. But when he faces off against Benji, it's a different story. He's only taken him down one time so far. We see a near flawless round. Serial, the only one to pipe up, dropping Minibu. But still 4 players left to take down.
This is sort of what I'm talking about with the Woot flashes. Is something I want people to keep an eye on throughout the map. Like, you know that there's going to be a lot of the time.
This is a very strong buy indeed for Heretics. In fact, it gives them that. We'll look to take everybody down.
There's multiple layers to the lurk, but at this, okay, at this stage, I was going to say they're walking into the stack, but having to play versus that post plan. And I actually think this is where, well, that ultimate for Wu can become so much more dangerous if he can catch a couple of players with it.
Spike.
Rotate from Liquid. He's caught Benji at least. The snake in the grass dealt with. Inside the few rifles. Wu not really given an opportunity with everyone coming in up top. Boo does well, finding the first, isolating the second, and the rest of the squad steps up. Thrash will be sent out. Patatek, he's up top, he's safe and isolating, finds, but Wu from the rope! Lots of pistols, and they might not pose much danger alone.
I think they have the info though. Like at this point, at least 2 or 3 players have been spotted on this side of the map, but it's almost coming down to a level of disrespect. They want to fight into this, even seeing a player's on the wraparound, but it doesn't seem to matter. They have walked into the full force of this squad and still seemingly coming out on top. 3 players alive, and well, eventually Benji's there.
But they didn't win a lot of rounds. There were a lot of rounds that came close. Can't count them out.
Okay, maybe there's a chance for Patatek to get another bite of the cherry.
So,
Miniboo doesn't seem to want to allow it. I said, if this guy gets going, it really does feel like a done deal, and Oriion's just even putting a couple of shots in. They won't get there in time to actually save Patatek, so he's gone from the fight, but this attack site will have to fall off. The lockdown is going to force them away. One player will get caught, but look at the defense. They've all gathered up together. They are looking to try and fight this, and the attacker just waiting for them here.
they expected it to be a rotation. They thought they'd give it up. Win rate doesn't quite feel like the same here. Heretics looking like the better team. 2 maps under their belt. Opening pick goes to Kiko. A second as well. This can't be a round that they let slip, but if they had rifles, I might believe. The rest of the squad has pistols. Benji has taken down...
This round being a little bit of a confidence booster. Kiko's first kills onto the board, but there's still so much more that needs to be had, and while dealing with Miniboo can be far more difficult. Even just pops the ult, maybe just for a little bit of a flex. Seemed like he already had the kills in the bag, but just wanted to make sure there was no way of getting back into this round. Patatek, he's been good, Mitch. But this is a little bit different versus his old squad.
Yeah, it really is. With just a sheriff as well. Hell, give him a rifle and maybe he's got a chance. But they've got that spike planted, time on their side, flash dodged, and a big swing from Miniboo. A 4K. Nice flash. Kiko's gonna be swinging, so is Camo. Good opportunity as they force the fight onto Kiko. Camo almost had one, but he couldn't quite connect. Miniboo surviving late is good for the trade, and the op up top picks off Patatek. That's the A-side hold, crumbled. Nats fills in the gap, but he'll get nothing! And as good as Serial's been, close to an ace earlier, I don't think this one's going his way. He catches Benji.
Gamble, potentially on this side of the map. In fact, a lot being expended in this scenario. The attack ascending through way more than I would have expected. They even use a Hunter's Fury in the mix. They just want to make sure this round goes over the line. It's not even that much of an investment from the side of Lick.
Now, Wingman, is this a fake to drag them off of B? The double fake from Team Heretics? They're not going back. But in fact, Team Liquid have not gone back either. They've not fallen away. Boo goes down, spikes on the floor, picked up, and now an attempt to plant it. It looks like that's a success. 3 versus 4, numbers not in their favor, but Miniboo manages to pull one back. Patatek is down, Rienz is low. In fact, he's down and out of the round. It's all on Miniboo. But a 1v2, a very winnable scenario from what seemed questionable moments ago. But in the end, Team Liquid will get it across. Be tough. They'll be decayed as they make their way in.
Popped his own nano to try and sell the idea that he wasn't somewhere on the site. Oh, that was almost Nat's gone. That would have been the pit down. Instead, they planted just on the edge of it. Boo gone, Woot still standing, hiding on the edge. I don't know how he's still alive, but he's managed to get out of there with full HP. Gives them a man advantage and goes back for more. Woot in form is devastating, and Benji holds his back. It's going to be left all onto Serial, and it takes a monstrous clutch to give them their second round.
The light at the end of the tunnel, perhaps. Team going back to Ascent. A lot of big rounds.
Pace change, pressure, so much pressure put onto Camo. He's got Kiko alongside him at least, who has been able to survive and in fact even add another.
Monster on the loose.
Yeah, but they didn't get to back yellow. Thrash is now denied. Nat spots there's still one here waiting for that peek, but Woot gets ahead of him. fires a shot and takes him out, leaving Team Liquid with the disadvantage. Spike to be planted by Wingman. The lockdown not going to put on as much pressure as they would hope. These players safely back in main.
A lot less ground to fight for, but they try and go ahead of it, but completely blinded is Patatek. He had nowhere left to go. Looking for it, the flash leaves him in a bit of an awkward position. Doesn't really have the cover for the team, and Rians is looking the wrong way completely. 2 big kills coming up for Liquid, but Woot still standing. Minibu alongside it, but Woot's doing it all. This man has been an unstoppable force in this first half and still barely taking a lick of damage. Whereas Camo on the other side down to just 10 HP. It's Wu looking to add another ace to the map number 1. It really has just been a display in the depth of talent. That talent taken from the tier 2 and lighting up the tier 1. Of course, they're going to go aggressive in the pistol round. Sure, the first kill went Kiko's way, but it's already been a flood back in the other direction. And they're just set up for the retake. A deep alarm bot, which will give the game away.
That's Spike, Wings.
And sure, there'll be a plant. What? Camo didn't even get to see anything.
This is truly ridiculous. The pistol now a 4v2. Opening pick went to Liquid. From that moment on, it all went wrong. Riens sat in the background watching the boys find success. Time and time again on this map, it has gone to Heretics. And once more, a round falls in their favor. Team Liquid, 2 rounds versus 11. An unbelievable comeback.
On the other side, they've come in with 5 Bulldogs. They are playing heavy into the rifles, looking to play at range. It's not the prettiest of starts. Honestly, Kiko's done well here. In fact, he's done incredibly well. Look at the HP, though.
Yeah, a lot of tags here. Still a chance to pull this back. It's not a standard 4v2. Camo and Kiko, just 1 shot needed. But Kiko, he's being the snake in the grass now. He's hiding, holding on to control. They're going to clear him. They're going to clear him. That's another pick now for Heretics. The numbers close to equal. Camo, 1 shot. The rest are healthy. And they've recovered some weapons. Patatek's got a bulldog in hand. Time is ticking away in their favor, and a flash primed and ready for the big swing. The tap now. Oh, it's not even going to come in yet. On great time delay. This is dangerous. That's the rifle. Down and out. Down goes Camo and Serial. He needs another clutch. He's down to 17 HP and he's gone. Riens stepping up to the... They tap the spike. Flash goes up. We might see the round go the other way.
They're doing it again.
Buy enough time.
They've got slightly more to play with, but there's slightly more players sitting in their way. Kiko needs this pick and he will not get it. They've met God Woot once again. And Riens is there to close it. It is Heretics with a decimation.